And welcome to Crochet Hooks. Please enjoy our free tutorials with just one of a 24-part series on teaching you how to crochet. Subscribe to start receiving our 24 courses that are delivered to your email inbox every few days. By the time you're done, you'll know the ins and outs of crochet. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. So now let's get crocheting with Curtsy. Welcome back to the Curtsy Crochet Hook program. This is lesson number 12, and now in the next few lessons between 12 and 15 I'm going to be showing you how to play with the posts. And the posts are the stuff in between all of the stitches, and I want to show you exactly what you need to look for. When you're playing with posts, it actually causes three-dimensional or layering effects in your crochet, and it's actually really simple. So let me show you what to look for when it comes to working with your posts. In today's lesson, number 12, we're going to be working with the front and the back posts. So let's get started right now. In today's tutorial, we're going to review the back and the front posts. I'm also going to tell you about the back and the front loops. We're actually going to do both of these at the same time. So let's begin to explain to you what the loops are. So usually when we've been going into a stitch, I've told you that there's two strings usually in a stitch. Well, those are actually called loops. Okay, so when it tells you to go into a stitch, it's actually telling you to go into both of them at one time, which is what we've been doing up until now. Usually now when there's a pattern that says front or back loop double crochet, then what's happening is that they only want you to go into one or the other. They don't want you to go into both. So for example, let's work our way up, double crocheting. We're going to chain 3. Okay, and it's telling you in the pattern to go to the front loop double crochet. So what we want to do is that we want to wrap, and instead of going into the regular stitch as normal, we just want to pop it so that it gets the front one off only, and we want to double crochet. Okay, so let's do that again. So going in, and you can see the stretch. When you get to one loop or another, it actually causes a significant difference of stretch, and depending on the pattern, that's desirable. So that is the front loop double crochet. Okay, so in the next one they're saying go into the back loop double crochet, and it could also be back loop single crochet, half double crochet, triple crochet, it doesn't matter. So what you want to just do is just bend it towards you, and instead of grabbing the front one, we just want to go into the back only. Okay, so that's going to be a difference. So it causes the actual material to appear different as well. So it's actually a great feature for designing. If you're looking for something unusual. And you can see just by doing what I've done is that I've almost created a three-dimensional look. These stitches look more in front and these ones look more in behind. And so this is the front and the back loops. So you can practice a little bit with that. Using in some of the hat patterns that I've actually done online is that I say go into the front loops or the back loops, and depending on what it was. So let's move along, and I'll show you exactly what the front and the back posts are. So I'm ready now to show you the back and the front loops, and you can just see what I just did now. Look at the difference of how the stitching is looking. Okay, so you can see that it actually is significant, and toward the end here I just did regular stitches. So you can see it does create somewhat of a difference. So let's chain up. When we do, actually I'm not going to chain up yet. What we want to do is I want to pull it and I want to show you. I've been referring these as posts or rails. Okay, so the post is actually the piece that is in between each stitch that is down, and you can see the tip of my fingers are showing each post clearly. So now when these are actually called posts, so when it's actually calling for front or back posts, this is what it's asking you to crochet around, not into the stitch at the top. When you go into a back or a front post, see how it's lower than this line? So normally I would stitch up here, but because I'm going down, it's actually going to force my work to be down. Okay, so even though it's going to ask you to double crochet in the front post, you cannot start off like a double crochet here, because what's going to happen is that this will be too high. So when you double crochet into the back or the front post and you're starting that way, you can only chain up 2, 1 and 2, like you're doing a half double crochet, because it's being pushed down. So if it's asking you to do the front post double crochet, we want to wrap our material, and instead of going into the stitch like we normally would, we want to slip in behind the post and pop back out, wrap the material, and double crochet as normal. Let's try that again. So this is the front post double crochet, wrapping the material, going into the next one, just pop in and out. Okay, let's try that again. So wrapping in, and wrapping in. Okay, so that is the front post, and you can see when you look at the back it's creating a ridge, and that ridge is desirable depending on the project that you're working on. It also makes this look like it's one big solid stitch as well. You can see it's kind of like a ridging effect here in the front. So if you wanted to go into the back post, so what you have to just do is double crochet. So you wrap your material, you slip your hook in behind through the front, and then pop it back out. Okay, so that it's around the post, and double crochet as normal. Again, this is technique. It doesn't take much of effort. You can just seriously see now that that stitch has pulled that in behind. Okay, so wrapping, we want to pop up through the front, pop it back. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. So wrapping, pop out through the front, pop back, pull through 2 and 2. This is double crochet. So we got, let's do another one. So we're going to wrap, pop out through the back to the front, pop it, pull through, and 2 and 2. So let's begin to review. Front again is that we want to wrap it, go in through the front, pop, just like so, wrap. Okay, so we're just doing the front posts right at the moment. So just in, pop, pull through, in, pop, pull through. Okay, so if we wanted to go in the back again, so wrap, pop through the back to the front, pop it. Hopefully pop is the right word for you to understand what I'm, it's just kind of like, it's just a shift of your hook. So wrap through to the front, so I've kind of you're kind of seeing that you're kind of bending the material in front of you. So when you look back with what you've done is that you can see that there's a three-dimensional look to your project, just like so. And I use this stitch quite frequently when I want to change up something from being just a regular bland old crochet project to something quite fabulous. So that was lesson number 12 of the Curtsy Crochet Hook program, and we were reviewing front and back posts. Now that you got that in your brain, you can actually start thinking how more three-dimensional can you make it. And as I showed you, it really does shrink up your work, and it actually absorbs a lot more material. But depending on what you're working for, it actually could be really sharp. Even on that little purse that I showed in lesson number 10 and 11, I actually worked with the front and the back posts in order to create some of the look that you saw. So let's schedule you now for lesson number 13, and in lesson number 13 I'm going to teach you how to do basket weaving. Basket weaving is actually making the crochet look like a basket, and that is a very high sought after tutorial because a lot of people love the way that it looks. So let me get you started and schedule you for lesson number 13 here at the Curtsy Crochet Hook program. Until next time, I'm your host,